Hey everybody, Vaughn here with the Vonster vlog, and we are tucking in the beds today. Trying to get them all tucked in at least. I think we have enough straw for it. So what I'm doing is just the straw bales that we've had sitting around the garden that we got delivered a couple weeks ago. It kept getting put off, but it's time to do it. We're gonna shake it up onto all the beds and stuff and get like hopefully just a nice real thick layer of loose straw as an insulating barrier over some of these crops that I'm trying to overwinter and to just keep from any wind or rain erosion on the beds. So let's go ahead and get to it. So here we have the straw, and Millie's chewing on some ice, but I'm just going to take this and onto all the beds.
Hey, leave that kale alone. Hey, Millie, leave that kale alone.
Vlogception. It is so cold in the house that we have our jackets on, but hey everybody, thanks for coming and hanging out. Mwah. So I've been meaning to make, sorry guys, I've been meaning to make clam chowder for like 2 weeks now, and I finally got the recipe written down, and now I'm in here making it, and I'm watching our Adventures in the Heartland. I like lurking in their live streams. So I'm just cooking and watching them make some zucchini bread. But let's make a mess. Alrighty guys, I am heating up this pot, and I'm gonna come through and I'm cutting up some bacon, literally with scissors, just to drop the little bacon strips into the pot. So, I'm not from New England, and I don't think I've ever seen a clam in person, but this is how I like to make my clam chowder. I'm interested to hear about how y'all make yours. So I just want to poke it around. I don't want anything sticking, but I want to get this bacon slowly rendered down to cook all the fat out of it, because once it's to here, I start slicing my onions. So change of plan. I don't have any fresh onions, and the ground's frozen right now, so I'm not going to go out and pull some. So I just put in some minced onion, or some chopped onion that's been dehydrated, and I'm just toasting it on up in with the bacon. I think that should work out all right. Now, I like my chowder with the potato skins on, but I do like to dice them up quite fine. So a little smaller than a 1/2-inch cube. And I'm going to do 4 potatoes because I'm kind of doubling the batch. Oh, I forgot to cut it crosswise this time. Oh, that's messy. Now I'm going to try toasting the potatoes, like frying the potatoes up a little bit. Oh, I did it again. Well, that's what I get for trying to cook and talk at the same time, I think. Yeah, that's a good bit of potatoes there. Alrighty guys, so we've got the potatoes going over a very, very low heat. I should have waited to add those onions until after the bacon was like definitely done, and just browned them up a little. They're gonna hopefully rehydrate well in the, as everything cooks down. But I'm gonna start by draining off this can of corn, and I'm gonna drip all the way across the kitchen and trip on the dog and get that in on top of the potatoes. I'm not gonna bother. I've just dumped it on top of the taters. I'm not gonna bother stirring it in just yet. You can hear that liquid coming down from the corn through the potatoes. So now I'm opening up our canned clams. These are chopped clams, and I am using 6.5 ounce cans. Randy and I do like a really clammy clam chowder, and so we open that on up, and I'm draining now into a measuring cup so that we can reserve that liquid. And so far, other than the potatoes, all of this is from our shelf stable. The bacon we keep frozen in the deep freeze until we need to use it. The canned clams, canned corn. And we could use evaporated or powdered milk instead of the fresh milk and cream. But we've got some of that in the fridge, so I'm going to be using that. Okay, I'm going to do these last 2 cans, and then I'll meet you at the next step. So I'm going to give these potatoes and corn a little bit of a stir. The handle from a pot just broke. That's fine. Just getting that stirred around. There we are. And again, slow and simmering. Now, those 4 cans got us up to the 2 cups of clam juice. So I'm going to do those 2 cups, and I leave the little bit of dregs in the bottom just in case any sand made it through. And then I've rinsed out the measuring cup so we can use it again for the milk and cream. But I think I'm going to add 1 cup of water. But I don't know. I want those potatoes covered. And I'm going to bring this up to a medium heat. And we're going to get this simmering until those potatoes are soft. Okay guys, so I completely forgot to vlog the rest of this. But basically, once I had simmered the potatoes the rest of the way and got some pork chops going and got the biscuits in the oven, then I went ahead and added in the milk and cream and clams, and then did the thickening agent with the flour. Ooh, time to really check on the biscuits. Maybe, yeah, they're done. Let's cancel out that. Oof, I'll get to it in a sec. But did the thickening agent, and I'm just gonna show y'all the recipe so that you can see. So go ahead and screenshot that. 2 pints shucked clams. So 4 of the cans, 4 slices of bacon, 4 medium potatoes. I did not peel them, but I did dice them. 2 tablespoons of dried onions, 4 cups of milk, 1 pint of cream, 6 tablespoons of flour put into 1 of those cups of milk. And then I haven't yet added the Worcestershire or the salt and pepper. But, yep, so there's the steps. And I'm going to get to, it's probably burning. It's not burning to the bottom yet. But Randy stood here while I was tending to other things and stirred the pot for me like the whole time so it wouldn't burn. But I'm terrible. Actually, I'm really good at burning clam chowder. But I'm terrible about staying on top of it. So that was so nice of him to help. So I wonder, he always asks me to help, but I do wonder how tired he is of burnt clam chowder. Alright, y'all. It's my favorite part of dinner. Butter in the biscuits. These Cheddar Bay biscuits, like, it's not even worth it if you're not slathering on a ridiculous amount of this herb butter. I do like cooking these on parchment paper. It was something I never grew up using parchment paper, so I didn't really like know it was a thing. But I really like it. Much more than foil too. It's not so sharp sounding, if that makes sense. I mean, I don't know, I guess like right here the light reflects off of the foil like directly into my face when I'm cooking, and so if I could find an alternative to aluminum foil so I don't get my eyeballs like scorched out of my skull like solar flare style, then that's a good day. Ooh. And I'm getting better about pacing the butter out so that there's a bit on every biscuit. Alrighty guys, this is our dinner spread. I don't know if you can see the little dog noses poking up over the edge. But we have the clam chowder, extra chowdery, and not burnt this time. And then pork and green beans and cheddar bay biscuits. This is kind of, I think this is the only actual meal that we'll have had today. Like, we ate some leftover chicken wings first thing. That's it. So that's why we're having such a big spread for dinner. Good morning, everybody. Cheers. I am hanging out, practicing the guitar. I don't feel like I'm not good enough at the guitar to be playing it because I'm literally just grinding out scales, trying to get to where my hands go in the right spot during the right time. But I'm just hanging out here with my critters. We've got Z-Dog on the couch, Ember enjoying the sunshine, and little Millie right here by me. So, good morning. So I've been hanging out here with my little Ember kitty, following along with an Art with Flow tutorial, learning how to draw on the Procreate. That was a lot of fun. But I can't feel my legs. So I need to go get some blood flowing. I wonder if Ember will let me. I walk in and Randy's getting his hands warm off the radiant heat from the cabs, which, quite frankly, you guys, like, what is this still at, like 150?
Yeah, 165.
165. So we're just huddled around the kiln. So we got the kiln loaded. We got some dichro on top and some tiles in the bottom. And we're just gonna close this up, but I'm not gonna get it started yet because I am recording other videos today and don't want the kiln clicking in the background. Hey guys, so it has gotten as warm as it's going to get in the day, and I'm still tucking in the beds. Randy's gonna come out and help me when he's done doing what he's doing, and we're gonna get leaves packed into the strawberry bed. You can see I've got this bed here that with the kale in it, that hopefully the roots will overwinter and the kale will just come back up on its own. But we're gonna try to get all of these beds top dressed in straw, so, and leaves. Let's go ahead and get going. So I always feel like when I'm putting straw in these beds that it's like putting cheese on a casserole, and I'm always getting it like real heavy right down the middle, but I want to make sure that I'm not neglecting the corners of our casserole dishes. So in this one, we had planted those peas and they never really got more than maybe 6 inches tall, but hopefully it'll have inoculated the soil and it helped used up some old seeds that I honestly didn't even think would germinate. So I'm trying to not feel like it was wasted effort because it is fertilizing the ground, getting at least that little bit of green back in there to break down and stuff. So hey guys, so I was just pulling the soaker hose out of this bed and it made like this loop and pulled up, oh Millie took one with her, pulled up all these radishes. So I guess I'm gonna go ahead and clean them up and take them inside, because unanticipated accidental radish harvest for the win. But holding this big handful of radishes makes me feel like I look like one of those farmers on Instagram who's good at growing food. But I know it's just me, so
Just Millie trying to kill you.
oh yeah. You ready? Oh, okay. So I've chopped all of the ends off of the radishes that we accidentally harvested, and so I'm going to take these over to the chickens. And then I run so that Millie doesn't go into the chicken coop. They love it though.
Spicy.
So I didn't get breakfast of it, or oh boy, I didn't get video of it, but breakfast was just a Lunchable, salami, strawberries, cheddar, and mixed nuts. But lunch is leftover clam chowder that while it was still quite hot in the pot, we went ahead and put it into these pint jars and then put the lids and rings on. That way, as it cooled, it made a little bit of a vacuum seal. Not for any kind of, that is totally not gonna work for making it shelf stable, but for popping it into the fridge, once it got that vacuum seal, it's just, I don't know, I think it maybe keeps it a little bit fresher, is the theory. So that was pretty cool. And we've still got, I think, 3 more cans of it. So, well, jars. So that's nice. Guys, I did it. I finally finished my gnome painting. And I have no idea where to put it. But I'm really, really pleased with how this paint by number came out. And with the little frame, getting to make that. So now to figure out where to hang it. Hazy dog. So with the sun setting so early, we do keep the backyard lit up. I know I talk about that every week, but it really is a huge joy to me to get to come out here and enjoy a little bit of a light show every time I wait for the dogs to, poop. It sounds like her Weezer's broke, but she's just honking it into her own mouth. Okay, so I didn't get any footage of any of this, but we made pizza chicken. So this is my version, because I didn't follow a recipe. I kind of just dumped some stuff that we had in the fridge on it. But this is my version of a keto pizza chicken. So it's cream cheese is on top, but what I did is I pan-seared the chicken breasts for Randy and thighs for me, with just a whole bunch of Italian seasoning and some pesto smeared on it, and just browned it up real nice, and then put it all into the oven for about 20 minutes at 350 Fahrenheit. And then I had put some tomato sauce on it, like some pizza sauce, prior to putting it into that oven for that 20 minutes. And then I put a whole bunch of cheese on it, you guys. Like a whole bunch of mozzarella. And then, and it's whole milk mozzarella. So you got it was a full arm span of cheese melt when I was taking it out of the skillet. Again, I'd have gotten footage, but I literally had my hands full of cheese. And then I chopped up some dummy thick pepperoni and put that on top when I did the cheese. So yeah, let's see how it is. Well, I figure can't use the footage if I don't take the footage.
That's true.
So do I get to try a bite of yours too, though?
Sure.
Okay. Ooh. Okay, give me a sec. That's really good. That's like super duper good. And I only got a little end piece. I didn't even get any of that cheese. Let's get some of that cheese action. And pepperonis. Okay. Is this one of those mung chomps?
Mukbangs.
Oh. What's a mung champ? Isn't that a Pokemon?
No. No, it is not.
Well, it is now. But this is how it's looking, y'all. You can see that little bit of pepperoni. Ooh. Oh, good grief.
Is it hot?
No, it is good. Alright, I need my privacy. Good morning, guys. I'm hanging out here in the temple room because it's not as cold as in the living room where we have that broken window that apparently I need to fix. But I'm just hanging out with my little Z and Millie babies. Fortunately, when it's cold, they get sleepy. So we get a little bit of peace from them roughhousing. But I am mostly just meal planning for today, trying to get the calories down. This is kind of where I list all my different meal options, that just things that we typically have all of the ingredients on hand in our prepper pantry, kind of just a practical prepper pantry. Like broccoli and asparagus, those are always something that we have fresh or try to keep fresh. Same with sweet potatoes. And then the rest of it, I don't have any carrots right now. I should probably see if I can get a good deal on carrots and dehydrate a whole bunch again, because that was really good for in soups and stuff. But also I'm thinking about canning some, just because they don't keep well in our fridge. Our fridge tends to I don't know. It leaks water and freezes up like all the time. So like our head of cabbage is like half frozen right now. So I only have like a little bit of space in the fridge that I can put fresh vegetables and not have them freeze solid. So that's kind of, in carrots or something, it'll just sit in there and sit in there. So I think if I get them and go ahead and process them to where they're ready to be like cooked and eaten. I don't know, do carrots freeze well? Would I have to blanch them first? Research needs to be done. I think that's what I'm going to study about this morning. Hey guys, I am folding laundry. And I want to talk to y'all about a little bit. I know my hair is a mess. This is life now. I think I am in the throes of like a burnout? Question mark. Also look a little Millie keeping me company. So Randy and I still, both of us, have not completely finished grieving from losing Sam Dog, and then Maddie going home right before us losing Sam Dog, and the stress that we put ourselves through for Dragon, and just, I mean, there's been a lot. There's been a lot on the plate for a minute. And before all of y'all are like so kindly recommending to take a break, we absolutely cannot financially take a break. Like, that's just not an option. So of all the things in my life, I love the work that we do. Like on YouTube and here on the vlog, like this is my hobby. So I'm just trying to kind of, awareness is the first step. I think with these things, I'm trying to cut myself a little bit of a break, that if I miss vacuuming one week, it doesn't mean I'm a horrible wife and an incompetent housekeeper and blah, 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 etc. All the cruel things Martha Stewart would say to me if she were here in my home, running her finger on something like, look at all this dirt. I'd rub her face in it. I'd be like, Martha Stewart, get the fuck out of my house. So, but that's where I'm at currently. But also, if I don't vacuum every week, I start to feel like just overwhelmed. It's one more background static, is what Randy calls it. It's one more thing that my awareness is like, that's another thing you didn't do. Tick in the tally box of things Vaughn does wrong. And nobody is this way to me except for me. So it's not like someone other than me is being mean. It's just me to me. So I am practicing being a good friend to myself, which is kind of fun because I'm lonely, because all of you live on the internet, not my neighbor, like not in my neighbor's house. So I can't just go and like have coffee with you. So instead, I am trying to be a good friend to myself. And one of my favorite things to do for my friends who do live local, who are actually more overworked than me right now, because she's working full-time and a full-time student and a mom of two, and just etc, etc, etc. When I have the opportunity, I like to sneak into her house and clean her kitchen. Because wouldn't that be nice? It was just like a little like fairy creature just like up in your house and non-judgmentally cleaned the shit out of everything. Just like, your cabinets need dusted, and dusts them. Like, and then leaves. So you can come home from work and it's like, who the hell just dusted my cabinets? Like, that almost sounds like an innuendo, but no, nothing weird, just cleaning my friend's house. And it's because there's things that you can do if you're cleaning somebody else's home that you don't have to know where stuff goes. Like when they're one of my other friends that I like cleaning her house when I'm over. I guess that's how I friend. If any of y'all want to be friends with me, That's the number one perk. I whine a lot, I need fed, and I'll clean your house. So that's the trade-off. But it's like whenever I'm cleaning off like an end table or something, I'll just be like, here's a box I found, like a little box. I'll put all the stuff that was in the on the end table into the box if it's not obviously trash or a dirty dish. And even then, if it's like something that I'm like, I'm not positive that this is trash, just into the box. But I'm still able to scrub down and, you know, dust the end table, which is pretty nice. But anyways, so I am treating my house chores and just the things that, if it's my own mess, I will just keep pushing it off and pushing it off and pushing it off, and making other things, usually work, a priority. Whereas if it's doing something nice for a friend, I'm like, hold up, my work can wait. I'm gonna do this nice thing for this person I care about. So that's what I'm doing. I am sorting the laundry to do a favor for future Vaughn, because she will really appreciate me doing this, because it's one less thing. It's not having to remember whether or not a hamper's dirty or clean, or just rewashing it again anyways, just because you can't remember and it's been long enough, it's probably dirty again. So, and Randy's really good about helping me with stuff, but y'all, I ask him to do so much. Like, and he does without complaint. He helps with everything and it's amazing. But then I feel guilt that I'm burdening him because of my incompetence. And there'll be a part of me that's like, gee, Vaughn, maybe if you weren't such a shit show, Randy wouldn't have to pick up after you. And it's just like mean stuff. Mean from inside my brain. I hate it. But instead of giving into it and doing this vicious cycle of like self-loathing and self-criticism that is baseless, because it's like maintaining the meat suit that is our human bodies and the freaking boxes we live in is endless. It's endless, and it gets tedious and boring, and I'm just gonna be right here in the laundry hamper for a minute. But while it is all of those things, it's also pretty wonderful. Like, cleaning the home, dusting is especially my least favorite. But it's just treat it like washing one of my friends' moms in high school. I think may have been having a similar problem at that time. But I couldn't fathom it because I wasn't, you know, a 30 to 40-year-old woman raising her child, like living a life and everything. But now it's like, oh my God, I think this might have been what she was going through. But she had said that it really helped change her mindset to treat every dish that she washed like she were giving a bath to a baby Buddha, like the cute little chubby baby, and just like taking care of it. And just taking that same warm, nurturing feeling and expressing it to our non-animate objects that just collect dust. But it's really helped to be like, this isn't, you know, a chore that I'm chained to. This is an opportunity to take care of my home, where I live, where the people I love live and come and visit, where my little fur babies like to shed. So, I don't know, that's kind of, as I fold socks today, I'm doing favors for future me, for future Randy, because the best gift I can give him is to not be so batshit crazy. Or at least to like temper it. So yeah, how are y'all doing today? As I fold my giant thunder panties. It's okay, I like them. I like it when underwear goes up to my armpits. Makes me feel like hugged. It's gonna be a busy day, isn't it? We've got this.
The fucking audacity.
I guess we don't have any lights on, so that's why it shows us it's so dark. But I love you. Randy's helping me play Spyro the Dragon. Z is being a good boy. Look at that good boy. He's such a good dog. Just hanging out. Little Millie. We got our heated blankie. It's a good day. Good morning, you guys. Or I should say afternoon, because it's like 3 in the afternoon, but it's technically a day off. We stayed snuggling until like almost noon. Just wallowing in the bed with the dogs. Like that's how we spent our morning, was just laying in bed watching Futurama, snuggling and falling asleep and waking up and falling asleep. It was nice. But we got the kiln unloaded. Let me flip this around. Well, it's not unloaded yet, but it's opened and cooling. But y'all, check out. I'm so pleased with how the sheet milk came out from last night. I mean, it cracked down the middle, so we're gonna have double edge pieces, but I figure we'll figure it out. But we're doing that. We're gonna be reloading it today. I said it was a day off, right? That's okay. The sun's out a little bit. We had some snow last night. I didn't get any footage of it because it was cold and I didn't want to take my hands out of my pocket, but it was just enough sleet to make it look like the grass was white, but then it was all gone by morning. Kiln, reload kiln, editing videos, and who knows what else. So I'm gonna keep you guys in the loop as the day progresses. So Randy was telling me this morning that little Millie the Menace here got like stuck halfway through the screen door, so he's gonna show me baby. Are you shitting me?
That's a doggy sized hole.
We've got a dog door actually now. So thanks, Millie. No, don't just go right through it. Hey guys, so I'm just here editing my gnome painting that I have no idea when it's going to make it onto YouTube, but it's like a tutorial that I am doing on a paint by number on how to make your paint by number better, which is so subjective. And the reason why I'm going to, so this might be a little clickbaity. To me, it feels a little clickbaity, but it's like the whole reason why I'm titling it that is because you never know when someone might need to hear something. You know, someone else in the random void that is the internet possibly Googled for this video or did like a YouTube search for this video, specifically, how do I make my paint by number better? Might be exactly the kind of person who needs to hear that you are not being graded on this. There is no better or worse. It's all style and what makes you happy, what makes your eyeballs happy. Like, and so, I don't know. I just in case you're arting today and just in case you need to hear it, you're not being graded. Do what makes you happy. Like, just in case. So I'm gonna get back to work on my day off. Which I think Randy from now on, instead of calling them days off, I'm just gonna call them half days. That way I don't feel jaded for doing work the whole time.
That's fair.
It's just a half day. Yep. So mwah. You're not being graded. You're doing great though. Hey guys, so I'm still at work, in our home, and I'm kind of, it's late enough in the day that I'm like, I could have a really late lunch, or I could just keep being hungry for a while and have a regular timed dinner and then not be hungry again before bed. And I could even eat a really big regular timed dinner, and that'll still be less calories and likely less carbs than if I were to eat twice more today. So it's like 2 more regular sized meals. That's double the dishes too. So I decided I'm gonna eat an apple and some peanut butter, and I'm gonna set them here. Sorry, that's probably loud in your ear. I'm gonna set them here because they're cold. I've been keeping them in the fridge. So we have, look at my hands warm, the Maranatha organic, peanut butter that I've gotten in pouches before, and I really liked it in the pouches. Like, I don't mind it a bit, because the to-go of this stuff is more difficult packaging to eat out of, because whenever you open it, you probably need something to stir it with or something to like put it into your mouth. Otherwise it's like eating a pudding cup with just your hands. Whereas this one in a pouch, so nice. You can warm it up in your hand, smush it so it's all mixed, and then just like drink it out of the pouch. So, but I do prefer the flavor of the Jif. So that is why I am doing a way like pros and cons balance between the two of them. I don't recall how much this one costs, but I think it was like $8, like close to it. This one was like $2, I think. I don't know. How much is a thing of peanut butter lately? I gotta search this. Okay, so I looked it up, you guys, an ounce for ounce, because like I felt like this one was significantly more expensive. I don't know why. I think it's because I had to like I couldn't just buy it at, you know, my local grocery store. I had to order it online. But ounce per ounce, this stuff is like 17.3 to 17 cents per ounce. This stuff, the Maranatha, was around 34.2 cents per ounce. So double roundabout. But then, like, because I'm always considering price, this one definitely more expensive. I'm always considering flavor and how satisfying something is to me, because I'm willing to compensate on carbs if that, like, I will eat something that is 1 or 2 grams more per carbs if it's worth it. Oh, it's got to be worth it though. But to me, this is, the flavor is, I love it. It's good. And so I was looking at it, and really the key difference is I'm not worried about fat. They're basically the same anyways, but calories per calories, this was interesting to me that the serving size is exactly the same. No, it's not actually. It says 2 tablespoons on each, but this one says a tablespoon is 32 grams, and this one says it's a 33 gram. So tiny, infinitely very small amount more, but I'll take it. So this one's higher in calories. It's 200 calories versus the 190 calories for basically the same size serving. The fat's basically the same. We're looking at, this one definitely has less salt. It has 10 milligrams of salt, and this one here has 80. So, but I don't really salt our food anyways. In general, like I always forget to salt the vegetables and stuff, so I'm not worried about hypertension or anything like that. So I'm not super worried about the sodium right now. I'll worry about that when it gets more of a priority, I suppose. Now the carbs on this one are 8 grams, and the carbs on this one are 8 grams. This one has only 2, the Maranatha has 2 grams of fiber. This bad boy's got 3, okay, because I love pooping, y'all. So, gotta get that fiber, and don't laugh at me, this is serious. In total sugars, this one's 2 grams, this one's 4 grams. So we do have more sugar over here. 2 grams of those are added sugars. This one has no added sugar. Well, I can tell because it tastes amazing. So I love sugar. For somebody who cuts sugar out, like, it's, when it's worth it. And to me, it's worth it in a bit of peanut butter, even though I could comfortably eat like half of this whole jar. I stick to just weighing out the serving, and the way that I do that is I put the, so yeah, this one's the winner for me. Let me know where your priorities are, because that's the beautiful thing about this, is our preferences and priorities are going to be sometimes wildly different, and I love to get a different perspective on food and just different things like that. So let me know which one you would have picked. Low sodium, no need to stir. Now I am going to say with this one also, not a super big need to stir, so that's not really inconvenient one way or the other. But the way that I measure out my servings for these is I sit the jar on the scale. My hand's the scale in this reenactment. And I set the jar on there, and then I scoop out of it with the spoon. Like, I zero it out without the lid on, and I scoop it out until it's in negative 33 grams. And that way I get to clean the spoon, and my calories aren't thrown off. Because on something that's so calorie dense as peanut butter, and especially with the added sugar in it, I do want to keep very close track of that. So I just keep track. Like, if I'm in the mood to just eat straight out of the jar, then I'll get the beginning weight and the end weight and log every single one of those calories. But so long as I'm keeping accurate track, it's not about being perfect, it's about being consistent, and it's about being accurate. I need to really know how much of that pint of ice cream do I eat in one sitting. And usually if you clean out the whole thing, it keeps it simple. But I think you get what I mean though. But so I'm going to go do my snack now. Y'all, straight up magic happened today. The power of mindset is really intense, honestly, because as soon as I looked at Randy and was like, I think it's just gonna be a half day. That way I can enjoy the half a day that I'm spending working, and I can enjoy the half a day that I spent wandering about doing nothing. And suddenly I don't feel like I'm failing at both, not quite having a day off and not quite having a day at work. I feel like I'm thriving at both, and like having like the best half day off ever, and just relaxingly like working through my, like chiseling through my mountain of work. And I just wanted to say hey to my friend Christina. I'm gonna text her it too, but it's I just thought I'd pop it in that she gave me this mug on one of the camping trips that we'd gone on. It is definitely the most perfect mug in the world, because my little hand, apparently I have small hands. My little hand fits all the way around it. It still fits in my Keurig. It fits in the cup holder of vehicles. And it's full of sugar-free hot chocolate made with, instead of hot water, it was like instant, but instead of making it with hot water, I made it with percolated coffee. So,
have you tried it?
Cheers. I haven't. It's very hot, but it's making my hands warm, and it's a beautiful mug that gives me warm memories. So 2 out of 3, even if it tastes like rubbish, I'm still happy. Like, I'd drink hot water out of it and I'd still be happy.
We'll give it a try.
But yeah, I want to say hey to Christina. And I'm also thinking of Sabea and Al, because y'all drink hot cocoa now instead of coffee. What's up? Yeah, I know. Oh yeah, okay, that's really good. Da-na-na. Da-na-na. So I'm just dusting the banister. She was playing with me. Hey guys, it is 12:14 in the afternoon, and I'm finally getting to work today. It is Wednesday, and I am painting pupils for our custom Dragon Eye Craft Along-a-thon this Friday. And so I kind of wanted to time and see how long it was going to take me, because we are doing, what is this, 96 at least. So getting started. Okay guys, it's like 3 something. I don't know, let me see what time it actually is. 3:11. It's 3:11. I got 32 plus 36. I got at least 40 eyes painted, just the pupils, but that's fantastic progress. Randy and I are going to be having a waddle about the garden while we take the dogs out, mostly because I need some fresh air and we need to do some sort of exercise because we do nothing but hide under blankets now that it's cold. So trying to find balance in all things as we do. So Randy is cutting the ring on the ring saw, and I am still painting up more eyes. So earmuffing up, chugging right along. Little Millie got to go on a walk for 15 minutes with both of us. It was actually quite nice. Alrighty, we have our eyes painted. Well, the pupils. I keep calling them, saying the eyes are painted, but we'll be painting these live on Friday, and you can hear, quite possibly, that I still have our inline fan going. So this is our setup. We've got, that's an inline fan that moves over 1,000 cubic feet of air per minute. So it's really cycling it through. That's an inline silencer, which has got like those eggshell material that you'd use for in recording studios or something. And then we've got this whole inline here. It's not ideal, but you know, it's what we've got. And that's sucking in through the window there over my lamp work glass area. But also that's just where I have my table setting right next to, so it pulls the fumes away from my face while I'm working. And just, yeah. So I've got the eyes out on the porch drying, and I'm coming out to have, I look like absolutely, I'm wearing I feel super puffy, but I've got like layers. But I've got my puffy, I've got my fleece, I've got a robe, my hunting hat. I am the pinnacle of fashion. I'm letting the eyes dry outside overnight so that they kind of off gas. Millie looked at the landscape fabric and was like, I hate it. Let's tear it all out. And has single-handedly taken over this project for me. She doing good though. I mean, I don't know what to end, but yeah, letting the eyes dry and off gas. I'm gonna get pictures of them tomorrow to list up onto the website, and then we're gonna do our thing on Friday. Oh, there's a kid, and she's jumped. You might see her. It's a black cat, and she's running over to the neighbors. So let's see if we can see her. Nope. Okay. But yeah, I'm just coming out to put my chickens to bed. I'm gonna have another 15-minute walk with Millie, just enjoying some air that doesn't have nail polish fumes in it, and then I don't know, we'll see what's up next week. But thank you guys so much for being here. My nose is cold. I will see y'all next week, and thank you to our channel members. Y'all are awesome. There should be names on the screen. Thank you guys so much for being here and for supporting what we do. And okay, I'm going. I gotta get back to walking. Keep on keeping on, you guys. Bye.